I posted this girl's video talking about how girls are recreating the Hailey Bieber face mask sushi thing, and I had to look it up for myself because no video like that has ever popped up on my For You page, even Hailey herself doing it. And the girl is right, because literally everything is content. Girl made a point saying like nobody has an original thought anymore, like everything becomes a trend, like people want to recreate, like the fucking people in the comments are talking about the Sophia Richie dance, like y'all don't know shit about nothing. The fucking the tank top white girls was wearing, y'all don't know shit about nothing. But anything of the like, anything becomes a trend, anything becomes like I see her doing it, I'm doing it too. Nobody has no original thought. Everything is like, oh, that person did it, okay, now I'm gonna do it too. Like if you like it, do it. It's like when people ask, okay, so what hairstyle are we wearing for the summer? I mean, you're you. What hairstyle you wearing? Like, I get it. Like, I mean, I get it to a certain extent, but it's just hard when you live in a time where everything is like, what are we doing? Like, what is the collective thing? I don't give a fuck about the group.
Welcome back to a series that I low-key turned into my regular video format because it's fun. OMG, you guys, please let's cop our own swag. TikTok trends and overall social media influence has reached an all-time high to where everybody is doing the same thing. Wearing the same thing.
Okay, I figured it out. Underneath the Hanes little boys tanks, big old push-up bra. This is Skims Ultimate bra, but you know, anyone will do. Low-rise jeans, heels, hoops.
And acting the same way.
Okay, so I think I figured out the trick. You have to wait until it's been on a while. That was messy. Let's try them.
And this whole Hailey Bieber face mask situation proves that to a T. Hi girls, welcome back to Boss Girlified. It is your girl Tima, and if you are new here, this is what we do. We chit chat, hang out while we talk about some topics that are trending, and get ready because I know you girlies like to get ready when you watch my videos too. I just realized I've been using the wrong shade of the e.l.f. Halo Glow this whole time, and that's why it looked so light in my other videos, because I was using the wrong one the whole time that I thought was this shade. But also, if you are new here, I love to have all of the products just in the product bar or in the bio down below. That way we can just chit chat without me having to stop my train of thought, because I just do that. The girlies are in a craze, okay, for another trend rather. What is this trend, you might be asking? A new viral product, a new viral skincare hack, a new beauty secret? No. Hailey Bieber specifically wearing a face mask and eating sushi with chopsticks.
Do something! Do something, Rap!
I'm so serious. I think I'm just gonna do a very easy beat. I'm just going to the gym, and I like to I've been really trying to do more gym content on my TikTok and Instagram. If you don't follow me, go follow me there, all at Boss Girlified. And so I like to get ready now when I go to the gym, because the gym that I've been going to recently has like a content room, so it's really, really cool to do content there. We are living in the time of the overly and easily influenced. This actually ties into something that I studied at uni. This whole situation reminds me of this theory, mimetic desire. Renee Girard argues that we imitate not just behaviors, but desires.
One psychological explanation of human behavior argues that we often have no idea what we want and hence just imitate others. Welcome to mimetic theory.
In this case of Hailey Bieber's sushi face mask situation, it's not really about Hailey Bieber, the sushi, or the face mask. It's about wanting what that represents, which is ease, luxury, and basically people trying to replicate that entire aesthetic. People use moments like the Hailey Bieber sushi mask to build an identity online, to follow a trend. It's basically like they want to become the type of girl who goes home after a long day of hanging out with friends, doing Pilates with a rich musician boyfriend or husband, and chilling in a face mask while eating sushi. It's the same thing with the Gigi Hadid pasta.
Gigi Hadid, my lovely co-host, is famous for her pasta.
I don't know if you guys remember, and if you don't, good for you. But basically, a while back, Gigi Hadid's pasta was going viral, and it's really just like a simple pasta. Like it's really nothing crazy. When you look up pasta recipes, the big one that comes up is, especially on TikTok, is the Gigi Hadid pasta, when it's really just a simple pasta, right? Same thing with the Sophie Richie dance. Social media was losing it over this Sophie Richie dance when it's really just like a little cute little shimmy she did in one little short TikTok video. And they say that imitation is the biggest form of flattery, which is definitely very true. It makes sense that humans, because we've done it since the dawn of time, will imitate the people that they look up to. However, this era of being overly influenced by every little thing goes a lot deeper than that, and it's showing why we are culturally missing a lot. There's this joke on the internet that we all died in 2020 and we're living in hell. Why does it feel like that? I thought my nip was out for a sec. I was like, oh, sister, what are you doing here? I think that saying comes from a place of we are missing something culturally. Like, everything kind of went downhill. Like, everyone always is reminiscing about 2016, because 2016, if you were there for her, you were there for her. Okay, that was like Snapchat era. There were definitely people that people were looking up to in that era, but things were just different then. I really do think it was TikTok. It really was the damn phone. It was. It was, because TikTok just like took that like level of inspiration to a whole nother level. And with the TikTokification of being inspired by everything, it was more about being inspired to consume rather than being inspired to be creative. And I always talk about this as an example, but artists and music. I think like music, fashion, art in general is all very reflective of what is going on in the culture right now, what's going on in society, right? And so nowadays, I mean, I think a part of it definitely has to do with a lot of people being very critical nowadays, but also originality is definitely going out of the window. We see a lot of copy-paste artists, or artists that are just kind of scared to step out of the box, which rightfully so, which is why people like Doja Cat, and so many others of our time stand out so much. Like we saw from artists in the 90s, 2000s. Honestly, any artist that has longevity nowadays all have the same thing in common, which is that yes, they took inspiration, they were inspired by people, but they all have their own swag to it. For example, Beyonce was inspired heavily by people like Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson, for example, was heavily inspired by James Brown. But when we think about Beyonce, we don't think about Michael Jackson. I mean, we might in the terms of like great artists and, you know, even like certain tributes and stuff like that. But when we think about Beyonce, we don't immediately think about Michael Jackson, like for some artists in this generation. I think we're starting to see that with influencers nowadays, especially because influencers now are like slowly becoming celebrities, are like being thrusted into celebrity culture. And I think with that, we're starting to see this like cultural shift of like, you know, people have been saying that there are so many copy-paste influencers nowadays. With the TikTokification of trends and just life in general, we've started to see that everyone wants to completely copy paste rather than to be inspired. And I think that's where things are becoming the point where we're influenced by somebody just doing something as simple as eating sushi and wearing a face mask. It's truly gotten to the point where if people could genuinely live Hailey Bieber's life the way she lives it and be Hailey Bieber, they would. Like, that is concerning. And that has always been around, but I think just with so many young and impressionable people having access to TikTok, and a lot of the people doing these trends and stuff too are not young, but I think just like with everything being so TikTok heavy, it's just become the norm almost, even though there's still a lot of us out there, thankfully, that are like, okay, guys, do we really need to like copy the exact moment that Hailey Bieber did in like a fleeting moment. Okay, I think it's gonna be a very good makeup day today. I'm very excited. But I did touch on this whole topic of like individuality being lost in my previous video. If you didn't watch it, definitely go check it out. I kind of talked more about like makeup and how, you know, and facial structure and surgery and all these things, and like basically the idea that people are starting to have the same face, right? And someone actually commented something about like how that also has something to do with the fact that we are all slowly but surely going to approach this stage of everyone looking similar, just because of how the gene pool works, literally. Like, we are all eventually going to mix and mix and mix and mix to the point where everyone kind of starts looking very, very, very similar. But the thing is with social media is that we've kind of like sped that natural process up. Like, now everyone is getting surgeries to make themselves look similar. And again, I'm not the type of person to be against people getting surgery or work done, but I think it's just that we have come to the point as a society where uniqueness is no longer celebrated. It's how quickly can you jump onto the trend of the biggest celebrity at the time. And then it's frustrating because at the same time, we as the consumers will say, we want originality, we want uniqueness, we want this person to be in the spotlight, we want that person to be in the spotlight. But the really like interesting part about social media, especially platforms like TikTok, is that we are the consumer. We determine what gets pushed onto the For You page. We determine the videos that go viral. We determine that these faces that look exactly the same are going to be pushed to the forefront. Now, to some extent, of course, that does have something to do with algorithms too, which that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But at the same time, it's a universal truth as someone who does social media, especially with a platform like TikTok, that people choose what goes viral. So it is very frustrating because it's like the culture now. It's the culture of where, you know, we don't want people who step out of the box. As much as we say that, we don't. We don't want people who look normal or have a unique beauty, because when we actually see that, we don't appreciate it. We make fun of them. We call them chopped. We do all this other stuff. We bully them. That's a whole nother thing too about the internet recently. I don't know what is in the air. I don't know what is going on, but people are like really mean nowadays. People are like really, really mean nowadays. Like, I remember I came across this video on my For You page not too long ago. It's this beautiful girl, right? This gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous girl. And I think she had a sister too. And she was doing that trend where it's like people asking her ridiculous questions. Like, you know that one audio and it's like, I have one daughter. You guys can see like she just has a very unique look to her, right? And I saw so many people like talking about like, girl, like it's the distance between your eyes. Like, that's what people are talking about. Like, and I saw so many people like talking about like, oh my gosh, like they look so weird or like all this other stuff, right? But I think that's what we need more of in the media. And that's why I do suspect that we're going to get bored of this whole like expecting everyone to look similar or the same. And if anyone steps outside of that box, they're not going to get any push. Or if they do, it's going to be for the wrong reasons. I think eventually as a society, we are going to get a little bit tired of it. I hope, at least. And I really do think that it's going to switch to the complete opposite of where people are going to seek uniqueness, right? And I do have like hope for that too, that will be our reality sooner rather than later, especially because like conversations like this are really, really being had. And I think especially the whole Hailey Bieber sushi situation kind of reinforced that idea that, okay guys, maybe we are just too hive mind right now. We're way too groupthink. Maybe if we started to bring back our own swag and doing our own thing, maybe, just maybe, we might have another 2016 again. Also, I think like trends don't stick as well either, so it kind of leads to this like people wanting to en masse do it. That like literally thinking about 2016 just reminded me of the mannequin challenge, and like that was like the one challenge for months. Like, I remember I posted one on, did I post one on Musical.ly or Instagram? I don't remember. I posted one on some platform that we did in our class. And it did pretty well. I forgot about that. It like low-key, like it didn't go viral, but it did pretty well. Even when you look at trends like that, that was like around for a couple months, if I'm not mistaken. Like that was not like now. Trends are so quick moving. Even the Hailey Bieber face mask trend. I'm late. I'm tardy to the party, okay? That trend started popping off like middle of June. It's August 4th when I'm filming this. So it's only been like 2-3 weeks, but nowadays that's forever ago. Like we just fly through trends. Just want everything right now and very quickly and very quick pace. It's the same reason why we're consuming so damn much. It's the same reason why things like labubus and like collecting all these different like perfumes, makeup, skincare, all of that, like it's all in the culture. Speaking of which, y'all, did y'all see the labubu lady?
I am the owner of the world's first KSI labubu.
That labubu lady was so cute and funny. Like I really was not expecting her to do that. If you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, good. This lady, she's known for like collecting like all these like cool rare labubus. She's the one that does the I have the one and only gold 24 karat labubu. That lady. So basically, she went out, bought a labubu, painted its face with black paint. I'm talking pitch black paint. This isn't even the color that she used. This is like dark brown. She used black paint and painted the labubu and said that she had the KSI labubu. Are we okay? What's going on? I'm scared. And then, right, you know, she posted a video, of course, apologizing about it. She deleted it pretty quickly.
I'm sorry, because I didn't know what blackface or the dolls were up until, obviously, I posted that video and then people was telling me about it.
She literally went out of her way. This is her content. She does this for a living. You know what I mean? She went out of her way to go and get black paint and paint it on and call it a KSI labubu. Like, there's no way that would seem appropriate. You know what I mean? Like, that there's no way, no matter like where you grew up, like there's no way that seems like an appropriate thing to do. Maybe she just didn't put two and two together, which like that even is like giving her too much benefit of the doubt. But it's just like that took a turn for the worse, didn't it? That took a turn for the worse. I always have to like put a little bit of extra blush on top of my powder. I love my blush, and I've been using the Etude water tint lately. And it's pretty damn good. I really like. At first, I didn't really like it that much because, like, I thought, like, it wasn't really that pigmented. But I think I was just using it wrong. I think, like, now that I've got the hang of it, now that I can, like, mess around with it a little bit more, I think I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit better now. Honestly, this whole situation is giving Regina George. Like, I saw Regina George wearing camo pants and flip-flops, so I bought camo pants and flip-flops. Is what it's giving.
Katie Heron wearing army pants and flip-flops, so I bought army pants and flip-flops.
But I think just because of like TikTok and its huge user base, especially in the States, that just became amplified times 10. And it's honestly giving Black Mirror. I saw someone comment this, like, this is like a Black Mirror episode come to life. Like, they should, honestly, Black Mirror needs to take notes and make an episode about this exact thing. Like, imagine how freaking weird and creepy it would be to see an episode of Black Mirror where, like, there's a celebrity, there's an influencer that, like, every single thing that they do, people copy. And, like, imagine, like, it gets to the point where it's, like, the influencer does something, like, insane, like, the most unhinged thing ever that's, like, morally wrong and like raises ethical questions and stuff like that, and people just don't care because they want to be the one to do the next trend. Now I'm gonna take one for the road of my lovely One Size setting spray. She's almost out, unfortunately. I live in Arizona. It's hot as balls in my room all the time, especially because I have to turn off the AC because it's like literally the loudest thing in the world for absolutely no reason at all. So it always gets really hot in my room when I film. So when I spray that, it feels amazing because it's cooling. And I know you guys are probably thinking like, girl, why are you wearing a jacket then? Listen, I was not planning on doing this, but I was cleaning. I just got this shirt from TJ Maxx too, y'all. It is so freaking cute. It is like literally the most snatching, the most fitted, the cutest thing ever. I was cleaning, right? And I was holding the end of my mirror to like my shirt to like clean it while I was cleaning. And I was using a Clorox bleach spray. And then this happened. Wow, you guys, these videos have been helping me get a lot faster at doing my makeup. Like, I used to take minimum an hour to do my makeup. Finish up with a little bit of glossy gloss. As per usual, there is so much conversation to be had about this whole epidemic, if you will, we're having of people just being influenced by any and everything. So let's definitely go ahead and continue this conversation in the comments down below. There is so many talking points that I can't wait to hear from you guys. You guys always add some new points and tidbits to the conversation. Anyways, girlies, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. It has been your girl Tima, and I'll see you on another video soon. Bye, guys.